The same boy who lived under the stairs grew up to own the whole city. Alex's life wasn't always like this. At 8, Alex's parents mysteriously disappeared after a tragic boating accident. With nowhere else to go, he was sent to live with distant relatives. But they didn't take him in out of love. They only cared about the government checks that came with raising a child. They forced Alex to sleep under the stairs, treated him like a servant, and barely let him go to school. One day, his drunken uncle beat him badly. That day, Alex ran away. He slept on the streets fighting hunger and loneliness, remembering his mother's last words before she disappeared.
Cleaning toilets will make you a trillionaire one day, my son.
Alex grew up believing his mother's final words were just a lie, unaware that his mother was telling him the truth. Determined to change his fate, Alex joined the army and fought his way through the ranks with relentless determination. Years later, he stood amid the wreckage of a battlefield, feared by enemies and respected by allies alike. They called him the god of war, an orphan with no family name and no one to rely on. Alex had risen from nothing to become one of the most formidable mercenaries in the world. As he returned to his base camp after another hard-fought victory, he noticed a lawyer waiting for him in a spotless suit.
Alex Kingsley, you're an heir to $1 trillion fortune.
Is this some bloody prank? I'm an orphan.
No, you're not. You're Kingsley. But to claim the inheritance, you must pass the trial of lions.
Sounds like a circus. I ain't doing anything this stupid.
Oh, you will. Marry Sophia Lancaster and live with her family for 2 years as a homemaker husband. Endure whatever they throw at you, then walk away with $1 million of Lancaster money.
What is this, some shitty TV show? Get the hell out of my camp before I shoot you.
If that's what you want, Mr. Kingsley. But then you'll never see your real parents again, ever.
My parents are alive?
They are. Complete the trial and you'll find them. That's the only condition.
Fine. I'll do it. But if I don't find them, if whatever you're saying is a lie, I'll find you and skin you alive with my bare hands.
Very well then, Mr. Kingsley. I'm James, and I will be your lawyer in the trial of lions. Mr. Kingsley, it's done. Your grandson has agreed to the trial of lions.
Good.
Came the old authoritative voice, the patriarch of the Kingsley family.
Let him suffer. Let him learn what it means to carry that name. If he survives, bring him to me.
The line went dead. James slipped the phone away, a faint smile returning.
The game begins.
You are just a dog, Alex Kingsley. Nothing more than a stray bastard that wandered into a house where you were never invited.
Charles Lancaster's granddaughter, Sophia's cousin. 2 years married into this family. 2 years treated like an intruder. The Lancaster estate, the patriarch's birthday, a ballroom full of wealth. But for the family gathered there, the night was less about celebration and more about inheritance.
Look at him, still hanging around like a cockroach that refuses to die.
Beside her, Michael Carter, Olivia's fiancé.
That's insulting to cockroaches. At least they serve a purpose.
Julius Lancaster, Sophia's father, stood beside his brother Malvin, watching the scene unfold without intervening. Both men had hated Alex from the day Charles forced the marriage on the family.
Look at him. Father really saddled this family with a straight.
You know what you are, Alex? You are a worthless piece of shit that Lancasters can't scrape off from their shoes.
Michael, that's enough.
Michael raised his eyebrows.
Oh, relax, Sophia. I'm just saying what everyone here is thinking.
Sophia's eyes hardened.
He is my husband.
Michael shrugged casually.
Temporarily.
Honestly, Sophia, I still don't understand how you tolerate this embarrassment.
Alex stood there quietly, wind against stone. Near the balcony doors, he lifted his wrist and glanced at his watch. The time made his chest tighten. 2 years. The trial window was closing. If he left tonight without securing the final condition, everything would disappear. The inheritance, the Kingsley legacy, and the one thing he wanted most, the truth about his parents. His gaze drifted across the ballroom until it settled on Charles Lancaster at the center of the room. The old patriarch of one of the most wealthy families in San Antonio sat in a massive velvet chair that looked more like a hospital chair than a piece of furniture that his status deserved. His thin body sinking into the IV needles, the medication was dulling his eyes and slowing his breath. Around him, the Lancaster family lingered politely, hovering close to him, but not out of love. It was like vultures waiting for the throne to fall vacant. They weren't there because they loved him. They were there because they wanted what he would leave behind. Alex exhaled slowly. Then he started walking. The moment the family noticed where he was heading, the reaction was immediate.
Where the hell do you think you're going?
Olivia snapped. Michael's voice followed.
Hey, garbage. The servants' exit is in the other direction.
Malvin and Julius stepped directly in front of him. Julius grabbed Alex's shoulder.
You seriously think you're allowed to walk up to my father?
Malvin called his son Philip. Philip lunged toward Alex and grabbed his arm.
Back off before you embarrass yourself.
They started dragging him away from the old man. Alex didn't resist. His eyes stayed locked on Charles Lancaster. Then suddenly the old man lifted his trembling hand.
Stop!
The single word froze the room. They all immediately let him go. Charles Lancaster's voice was weak, but carried the authority of a man who had ruled the family for decades.
Let him come.
The relatives exchanged uneasy looks but stepped aside. Alex walked forward calmly. When he reached the old man, he crouched down beside the chair so they were face to face. Up close, Charles Lancaster looked even older than Alex remembered. His eyes were cloudy with age, but something inside them flickered when Alex spoke.
My name is Alex Kingsley. The old man blinked slowly. Alex continued. I married your granddaughter, Sophia, 2 years ago. Charles studied his face. The room behind them had fallen silent. Alex leaned closer. I came to ask you for something. The old man tilted his head slightly. $1 million. Gasps erupted around the ballroom. Shameless bastard. Listen to him. Someone throw this idiot out. Charles Lancaster didn't react to the noise. Instead, he leaned forward slowly until his lips were close to Alex's ear. His voice dropped to a whisper. I owe it to the Kingsleys. Alex frowned slightly. Charles' eyes sharpened. $1 million? The old man murmured. And much more. Then Charles straightened in his chair and lifted his hand toward his family. You. The room went silent. Give this young man $1 million. No one moved. The entire Lancaster family stared in stunned disbelief. Alex was going to be a millionaire. He couldn't believe that the old man was going to give him the money. After a stunned silence, Alex was handed a briefcase. Alex had barely taken 3 steps with the briefcase when Malvin, Julius, and Philip stopped him, hate filling their eyes. You dog! You think you can just walk out with our money? Philip spat the words. The old man's senile. Give back the money, Julius snapped. Alex sneered, gazing at the spoiled brats. No one here has the balls to do anything. You bastard! Philip lunged, fingers clawing for the handle. For 2 years, Alex had endured and swallowed every insult, every slap, every kick, but not anymore. His fist moved before the thought finished forming. It was clean and brutal. It crashed into Philip's face, and with a sickening crack, Philip went down. The crowd gasped, and Alex relished the sound. Someone shouted, "Guards!" But Alex smirked as Carlos and his squad stepped in. They fought the guards before they could reach Alex. Chaos swallowed the party as the guests screamed and ran. And through it all, Alex walked out like he owned the world. 2 years of humiliation ended with every step he took away from the dreadful house. Alex was at last free. And just as the past slipped behind him, the future was already waiting. It's been 2 years, a familiar voice said. Good to see that you made it out alive. Alex turned to see James, the lawyer in a suit, briefcase in hand, wearing that same irritating smirk. It was like a cheap version of a spy who thought too highly of himself. James didn't give him time to respond. Come on, let's get out of here. There's a cafe down the road. Sure, but only if you're buying. I don't have a cent, Alex responded. He didn't have a cent, only $1 million. At the cafe table, after Alex chose his coffee, the lawyer opened his briefcase and announced, First off, congratulations. You've completed the trial of lions. Out of all the candidates, only a handful made it this far. You are now an official successor candidate of the Kingsley family. Alex had so many questions. I remember you talking about the game to get the throne. But what is the trial of lions? The lawyer leaned in, his eyes serious. You know how a lion kicks its cub out into the wild so it learns to survive before it takes over the pride? The Kingsleys did the same thing. They sent their heirs out with nothing. No money, no help. They had to struggle and learn what a dollar's worth. Alex's mind raced as he processed this information, the noise of the bustling cafe fading into the background. What does that mean? Alex probed for clarity. Alex, you are one of the 20 grandchildren of the Kingsleys that we placed in orphanages nationwide. We had monitored your progress since you were small, and when the time was right, assigned a mission like infiltrating a family indebted to us. This way, you experienced the sting of poverty and insult, he explained. Has anyone else succeeded in becoming the successor, apart from me? Alex questioned the Kingsley family's sanity. Not yet. All right. Why are you here? Alex asked, eager to understand his purpose. A card slid across the table and Alex looked down at a new ID card and a bank card. It is a Kingsley tradition. Every grandchild gets a share of the family money. An account was set up in your name the day you were born, and it has been growing ever since. And how much is in the bank account? Around $1 billion, he revealed. Alex, who was drinking his coffee, spat it out. Sure, let's pretend I believe you. Good, the lawyer said, because the next part is what will truly change your life. Here's your second mission, he continued. The Kingsleys will entrust you with their company, Total Group, manage it, and prove your capability. In 2 years, we'll look at what you've done for the company. If the profits haven't gone up enough, you would have failed the mission and will no longer be eligible for this game of succession. Alex narrowed his eyes suspiciously, but after 2 years and a briefcase full of money, he had no choice but to believe the old man's words. Alex knew he couldn't let this chance go. After struggling all his life, he could finally own the world. I have no intention of losing, he said, a determined smirk tugging at his lips. James smiled and slid another document. Alex read it once, then again, slower. A Lancaster loan. Old, enormous, growing into something suffocating. His eyes lifted. 16 years ago, James said calmly, Charles Lancaster begged your family for that money. Are you certain that Lancaster owes Kingsley this much? It will amount to $2 billion over the next 4 years, Alex inquired. It's true. Believe it or not, it's up to you. James paused and then added, now for the most important rule. His voice turned cold as he said, no one can know who you are, not your identity, not your wealth, not your position in Total Group. The moment your cover breaks, you lose everything. The succession, the empire, the truth about your parents. Alex leaned back, the weight of it settling in. A man with nothing and everything. A king, forced to live like nobody. Slowly a smile formed. Good, he said. It would have been boring otherwise. Let the game begin. As Alex finished the coffee, James stood up. Alex, let's go to the next place. I will drive you. Where? Alex asked. The bank, James said. Do you want to take $1 million everywhere? Alex agreed, and they both went to the bank in the car. Alex's life had changed drastically. Just days ago, he had been treated worse than a stray dog, and now he stood on the edge of becoming the heir to $1 trillion empire. A faint smile crossed his face as the car slowed near the wealth bank. The vehicle stopped at the curb, and James, the lawyer, turned toward him with visible impatience. Alex, get out here, James said, gesturing toward the large building ahead. Deposit that $1 million before you get yourself robbed. And don't forget to visit Total Group. Alex nodded, grabbed the briefcase, and stepped out onto the sidewalk. Before he could say anything else, James slammed the door and the car sped back into traffic, disappearing down the street. For a moment, Alex stood there holding the briefcase, staring at the towering building in front of him. Then he walked toward the entrance. Alex pushed through the glass doors of the biggest bank in San Antonio, which was surrounded by polished marble floors, tall glass windows, and customers who looked like they belonged on magazine covers for expensive watches. He felt completely out of place, like a mechanic who had wandered into a royal ballroom by mistake. He walked quietly toward the waiting area and sat in an empty seat near the corner. Two women were sitting nearby, both dressed in the kind of clothes that probably cost more than Alex had earned in several months. The one closest to him noticed him almost immediately. Her eyes moved slowly from his worn boots to his jacket, and the expression on her face twisted into open irritation. "Excuse me," she said sharply. "Why are you sitting here?" Alex blinked in confusion. "Because it's a chair?" "There are other chairs," she replied, her tone dripping with contempt. "You don't need to sit next to us." Before Alex could respond, the second girl turned toward her friend with an embarrassed look. "Relax," she said quietly. "He's not bothering anyone." But the first girl wasn't interested in relaxing. She leaned forward slightly, lowering her voice just enough to sound cruel instead of loud. "I know exactly what this is," she said, staring directly at Alex. "Guys like you come into places like this hoping to meet rich women. You think if you sit close enough, someone might feel sorry for you. That's not what he's doing," the second girl said quickly. "Please," the first girl scoffed. "Look at him." She waved a manicured hand toward Alex like he was a stain on the carpet. "Cheap clothes, cheap shoes, and somehow he walks into the most expensive bank in the city. That doesn't exactly scream success." Alex opened his mouth, but the girl continued before he could speak. "So let me make this simple," she said coldly. "I have absolutely no interest in poor men, and I'd appreciate it if you stopped hovering around us like a stray dog." The second girl immediately touched her arm. "Stop it," she said softly, clearly uncomfortable. Alex exhaled slowly and stood up. There was no point arguing with someone who had already decided who he was. He moved to another seat farther away and sat down again, placing the briefcase beside him. After a moment, he pulled out the black bank card from his pocket and turned it between his fingers. Alexander Kingsley. The lawyer had claimed that the card held access to $1 billion. Alex wasn't sure whether he was about to confirm the greatest surprise of his life or expose the most ridiculous scam ever attempted. Across the lobby, a middle-aged branch manager had been watching the entire exchange unfold. The argument between the girls and Alex had drawn enough attention to catch his eye, and now he noticed the black card in Alex's hand. The manager walked across the room with the expression of a man who already expected trouble. "You," he said abruptly when he reached Alex. "Come with me." Alex looked up calmly. "Why?" "Because I said so," the manager replied impatiently, already grabbing the card from Alex's hand. "If you're going to cause problems in my bank, we're going to sort it out in my office." Without waiting for permission, the manager turned and started walking toward a glass-walled office. Alex followed him quietly. Once inside, the manager dropped the card onto his desk beside a biometric scanner. He crossed his arms and looked Alex up and down. "You're holding a Kingsley black card," he said, his voice thick with sarcasm. "That card belongs to people whose families could buy this building 10 times over." Alex shrugged slightly. "It has my name on it." The manager snorted. "Then proving it should be easy." He pointed toward the scanner. "Put your thumb there. If that card really belongs to you, the system will verify it." Alex stepped forward and pressed his thumb against the scanner. Nothing happened. The manager leaned back in his chair and burst into laughter. "That's exactly what I expected," he said mockingly. "You people really believe you can walk into places like this and pretend to be rich?" Alex lifted his thumb slowly. Then he placed it back on the scanner again. This time, the machine beeped. The screen flashed bright green, identity verified, Alexander Kingsley, authorized heir, global assets verified. The manager's laughter stopped instantly, his face drained of color as he stared at the screen. At that exact moment, the office door opened, and a tall woman with dark hair and sharp glasses stepped inside. Maria Hamilton, the general manager of Wealth Bank, had heard the commotion. Her eyes moved to the glowing screen, then to Alex, then finally, to the manager. "What exactly is happening here?" she asked calmly. The manager stammered, suddenly unable to find his voice. Maria didn't wait for an answer. She looked at the scanner again and then bowed slightly toward Alex. "Mr. Kingsley," she said respectfully, "please accept my sincere apology for the way you have been treated." Then she turned toward the manager. "You're fired." The man stared at her in shock as security arrived to escort him out. Maria faced Alex again with a professional smile. Please allow me to assist you personally in our private VVIP room. Inside the special VVIP room, Alex was served a luxury coffee. The room was opulently decorated with plush leather chairs, a polished mahogany table, and soft ambient lighting that created a serene atmosphere. May I ask what you need here? Maria inquired, her eyes meeting him with a professional yet warm gaze. First, Alex said, taking out the card and handing it to Maria, I wanted a complete book check of this bank account. Can you print it out for me to review? All right. Maria typed on her computer, and soon a long printout emerged for Alex to see. As the lawyer had said, the account showed a steady monthly and yearly income for about 20 more years, and the balance was indeed more than $1 billion. Second, can you deposit $1 million into this account? As Alex said it, he put up the briefcase which Lancaster had given him. Maria looked at the briefcase and replied, Consider it done. Anything more? Maria asked again. Alex pulled out a Lancaster loan document. Could you check this loan document and tell me if it is real or not? This loan document is perfect and has no issues. The recipient of the loan is Alexander Kingsley, who is you, and the debtor is Lancaster, Maria said. Do you want to handle this through our bank? What do you mean? Alex asked, puzzled. This document stated a 20-year loan with a significant interest in return to be paid annually, but it showed no record of Lancaster ever paying. If you left this with our bank, we can act on your behalf to start collecting the money. Do banks usually do that? No, Maria replied quickly. But for $2 billion, we can make an exception. Besides, you would need a bank to process the funds once you collect them, right? We are just trying to help you simplify the collection process. Alex thought for a while and agreed. Please help me collect Lancaster's debt. You wouldn't regret it, Maria said, smiling sweetly. As Alex finished his business with Maria and went toward the hallway, he glanced back toward the waiting area. The rude girl was staring at him in stunned silence. Beside her, the second girl looked relieved that the situation had ended peacefully. When Alex reached the hallway entrance, the girl hurried over to him. I'm really sorry about earlier, she said sincerely. My friend can be difficult. Alex smiled faintly. It's fine. She hesitated for a moment before speaking again. My name is Glenna, she said warmly. If you need a ride somewhere after the bank, I will be happy to help. Alex considered the offer. Do you know where Total Group is? He asked. Glenna laughed softly. That's perfect, she said. I actually work there. Alex had a good eye for judging people, a skill he had honed on the streets. After 25 minutes with Glenna in the car, he could tell she was a girl raised in a sheltered environment. She was kind, pure, and naive, not really understanding the dangers outside. He guessed Glenna must have gone to elite or all-girls schools, been pampered by her parents, and landed a good job, still believing everyone was as kind as she was. Thank you, Alex said as she drove him to the Total Group entrance. Moments later, the skyline shifted and the towering glass building of Total Group came into view. At the entrance, Alex looked up at the 40-floor building with the big word, Total, written across it, and couldn't believe he would soon own the entire building. He entered the building, and Glenna led him through the grand lobby, which was bustling with activity. The sounds of conversations and footsteps created a lively atmosphere. As they walked, Glenna looked at Alex with a warm smile. I hope your business here goes well. It will, Alex said confidently, thanks to people like you. Glenna blushed slightly and nodded. Good luck, Alex. Just take the elevator and go up. Alex entered the elevator and arrived at the 39th floor. When the doors opened, he saw a striking woman with an alluring beauty that was hard to resist. Greetings, Chairman. I am Yukiko Meyer, your vice chairman, she said with a soft voice. So, Alex asked out of curiosity, what exactly do I have to do as a chairman? You will provide us with direction that you think would be profitable for the company, and we will follow. What if I didn't have any specific direction? Yukiko smiled. We would just continue doing our best for the company. Since the CEO, some top executives, and I are paid with company shares, we have a vested interest in the company's success. Alex understood clearly. Having faith in the workers was part of leadership. All right, just update me on everything so I can learn slowly. For now, continue as usual. Understood, Chairman. Yukiko answered sweetly. Alex suddenly remembered what James had said and asked Yukiko, "One very important thing. No one can know my real identity or that I am the new chairman. Is that clear? I want to observe the total group from a lower worker's perspective to get a clearer view of the company's dynamics." Yukiko frowned, but said, "Absolutely. I'll make sure no one finds out who you were." Alex nodded, satisfied with the serenity in Yukiko's voice. She then added, "Come. I will guide you to the penthouse on the 40th floor. It's your penthouse office where you can control everything." An hour later, Alex went down to the first floor, still in disbelief at what he had seen. The penthouse, especially for him, included an office, a massive bedroom, a swimming pool, and a hot tub. The grandeur of it all left him amazed and overwhelmed, but Alex wasn't there to live like a king, at least not yet. "Damn, it's too scary to believe," Alex muttered as he went down. His heart was beating fast in disbelief at his luck. On the first floor, he found an old janitor sitting in a chair, struggling to breathe. "Are you okay, old man?" Concerned, Alex asked. "Just having a hard time breathing. I will go home, but I just need to finish my job," the old man replied. "I'll help you mop this small part. Just take a rest." "Thank you," the old man said with a labored breath. As Alex mopped the floor, a group of people emerged from the elevator. "So the dog of Lancaster is hiding here? You were working as a cleaning staff? How pathetic." He looked up and found Michael and Olivia Lancaster staring at him. "Where is the $1 million from grandfather?" Olivia demanded. "That is my money now. Why do you care about it?" Alex said. "You were clearly scamming the senile old man," Olivia yelled. "I want to know how long you can keep it. My father has already reported you to the police for stealing that money. It is only a matter of time before you will be in jail, and we get the $1 million back." Michael looked down at Alex and said, "Return the money, or I'll get you fired from Total Group and then call the police." "Do you have that power?" Alex asked curiously. "Of course," Michael laughed. "I was the CEO of the Elia Group, and I worked closely with Total Group on various projects. How about this? Return their money, and I'll raise your salary and position from the cleaning service." "No thanks. That is clearly my money." "Then I will call the guards and have them hit you until you spill out everything," Michael yelled for everyone to hear. "Guard, there's a thief here. Catch him and beat him." Alex couldn't believe this moron was calling the guard to beat the owner in his own building. Michael kept calling for the guards, but before anyone could come, a commanding voice called from behind. "What the hell is happening here?" They all turned to see Yukiko approaching them. She was angry at the commotion. Michael flinched, but in a steady voice answered, "Miss Vice Chairman, this janitor is a thief who stole $1 million from my fiancée. You should fire him and report him to the police." She then turned her icy eyes on Michael. "Since when did the tiny Aaliyah group dare to give commands to me? I'm canceling all our projects with our company. Now get out." Michael and Olivia paled. His desperation was palpable as he turned back to Yukiko. "Please don't do this." Their protest echoed through the lobby as they were dragged out. Alex sighed, but he realized he couldn't have them accuse him every time they crossed paths. "Yukiko, do you have a good lawyer who can take care of this problem?" Alex asked. "We already have the chief of police in our pocket and the best lawyers in San Antonio. You don't need to appear. They will handle it for you," Yukiko assured him. "Great," Alex said, a hint of satisfaction in his voice. "I want you to sue them back for defamation and put them in jail. I want to see who dares to accuse me of stealing." Yukiko nodded. "Consider it done. We'll make sure they regret ever crossing you." Alex smiled. "Do I need to be there? I would rather they didn't know who I am." Yukiko shook her head. "You don't need to waste your time on these silly matters. Trust me, I'll take care of everything." Alex smiled and left the Total Group building. As he walked home, the sky deepened and dusk settled. When he reached the front door, he had to knock. He entered his in-laws' home and heard angry voices coming from the living room. "For God's sake, Sophia, just divorce that loser," Michelle, Sophia's mother, yelled at the top of her lungs. "Your grandma might kick all of us out of the family." "I won't. I promised Grandpa that I would stay with Alex," Sophia replied firmly. "For God's sake, Sophia, your grandpa has turned senile. He forgets everything." But Sophia stopped her mother. Enough is enough. I won't divorce Alexander Kingsley. I'm not a heartless person like you. If you don't like our marriage, I'll just leave and go with Alex somewhere else. Great, Alex clapped his hands, mocking the family drama. Michelle whirled around as Alex entered, her glare sharp enough to cut. Why are you back? You have caused enough trouble. Now leave. I'd love to, Alex said with a crooked smile. But I've still got a lovely, pretty wife here, so I'll always come back to where she is. Shameless, Michelle screamed. If you don't get out of this house, I will call the police. They already have a report filed against you. Oh, please, be my guest, Alex said, taking Sophia's hand and walking upstairs to their room. He shut the door, knowing well that no one could touch him now. Even as Michelle contacted the police, he was sure Yukiko had taken care of the problem. Alex was right. Yukiko had spoken to the chief of police, clearing Alex's name. The tables were now turned, and it was Alex's enemy that would suffer. The police dragged Philip Lancaster from a club. You piece of shit. How dare you file a false report against Alexander Kingsley? Reporters captured his arrest. The headline read, "The grandson of Lancaster is caught in the club by police, drugs, or prostitution." It was all over the news. The family's reputation took a significant hit. At the same time, an economic magazine reported that Total Group had canceled all Aaliyah Group projects and was seeking a new partner. At the Aaliyah Group board meeting, Michael sat with his head bowed. Tell me, Michael, who did you offend at the Total Group? Why did they cancel all our projects? His father demanded. I offended the vice chairman of the Total Group because of the janitor, Michael admitted, thinking about Alex. Do you know how much we lost because of this? Our reputation is ruined, his father yelled. The whole Aaliyah Group was turned upside down because of Alex. Soon, the news that shook San Antonio's business world was the Total Group's announcement of a new project with an initial investment of about $1 billion. The biggest companies in San Antonio became agitated, eager to seize the opportunity, especially now that their biggest competitor, Aaliyah Group, had been pushed out. Having a part of a $1 billion contract, even a $30 million contract, would already yield a large profit. The ripple didn't stop at Aaliyah Group. It spread across every powerful family in San Antonio, and among them, no one felt the pressure more than the Lancasters. As business sharks across the city circled the Total Group's juicy mega project, Grandma Lancaster, whose love for money could shame dragons, started losing sleep like a gambler on a losing streak. And while Grandma scrambled to secure a piece of the deal, Alex met Sophia in her room. 2 years ago, we made a deal, he said calmly. A contract marriage whose sole purpose was to fool Grandpa Charles. There were no feelings or obligations. He placed the contract on the bed. Time's up, so what now? Don't you want a divorce? Sophia studied him. Are you in a hurry? Alex shook his head. I thought you hated me. I did, she admitted softly. But after we got married, my family stopped selling me off. It gave me peace. You've been a good shield. Later, as he slept, Sophia watched him in silence. For some reason, being around him felt easy. Maybe it was nothing, or maybe after 2 years he was no longer just part of the deal. The next morning, Grandma called the entire Lancaster family for a meeting. No one knew the full reason, but the urgency in the message was enough. By the time Alex and Sophia walked in, most of the family was already gathered. Voices filled the room. At the head of the room, Grandma Lancaster sat in silence. Her expression was cold. I'll say this once, she said. The room went quiet instantly. Whoever secures a contract with the Total Group will become the next CEO of the Lancaster Group. Shock spread across the room. Before anyone else could speak, Alex stepped forward. Sophia will secure the Total Group contract, he said. Make her the CEO. Philip's temper flared instantly. Damn you, Alex, he snapped. How shameless can you be after all you've done to Grandma and this family? You thieving bastard. Watch your accusations, Alex replied smoothly. You bastard, get out of this family, Philip shot back. Philip, Sophia cut in firmly. He's still my husband. Grandma made it clear that anyone who gets this contract can become CEO. If you have issues, take it up with her. Grandma Lancaster finally spoke again, her voice sharp. I've got inside information. The chairman of Total Group himself is personally funding this massive project. He's from the Kingsley family and virtually royalty in the financial world. A ripple moved through the room. A few people scoffed while Philip sneered. Grandma Lancaster raised her hand, cutting through the noise. This mega project will mark our first collaboration with Total Group and could pave the way for future partnerships, she said. It could elevate our family's status to second rank. Malvin let out a dry laugh. Your grandma has truly gone senile, he muttered to Philip. We've chased Total Group for 10 years without success. Don't jump into this because Total Group only partners with second-rank families. We don't meet their standards. I can get that contract, Alex said again. The room turned. Oh, really? Grandma Lancaster shot back. How exactly? Alex shrugged slightly. I am a janitor at Total Group, he said. But I happen to know the top brass. I've chatted with the vice chairman, and I know how things move inside that building. Laughter broke out across the room, cruel and unrestrained. The idea of a janitor influencing corporate executives was ridiculous. Grandma Lancaster simply shook her head in disdain. Sophia stood there, feeling the weight of it. Alex leaned slightly toward her, his voice low. Why don't you seize this opportunity and secure a partnership with Total Group? Sophia turned to him, stunned. Are you crazy? Lancaster doesn't qualify for such a partnership. Alex smiled faintly. Even better, he said. Lancaster Group doesn't have a CEO right now. Why not take the CEO position yourself after we secured this deal? Sophia stared at him. Are you actually serious? Exactly, Alex chuckled. I'll use the $1 million I got from your grandfather to grease some palms internally. I have seen how these deals get made, trust me. Sophia hesitated, skepticism mingling with hope. Are you certain you could do this? Sophia pressed cautiously. The CEO might not know me personally, but he knows the language of money, Alex assured her confidently. Bribes get projects moving, and I guarantee this one, 100%. Just go for it, he said. This is your chance. Sophia felt her heart quicken with resolve. You better not be bluffing, Alex, she warned. Something shifted in her. Slowly, Sophia stepped forward. Sophia, she said clearly, her voice cutting through the room, will secure the $50 million Total Group contract. You are such a loser, Philip snapped. Total Group only gives contracts to second-rank families. We are just a third-rank family. Alex turned slightly. Grandma, he said, Philip clearly thinks that you are deluded. Why bother trying to connect with Total Group if your grandson already believes you are out of your depth? Grandma Lancaster's face flushed. Grandma, that's not what I mean, Philip started. Nonsense, Alex cut in. I trust Grandma's vision and Sophia's abilities. If you lack that confidence, Philip, why not just hand over the CEO position to Sophia? Grandma Lancaster's cane struck the floor with a sharp crack, and the room fell silent. Listen clearly, whoever secures the contract with Total Group becomes CEO. She looked directly at Sophia. I expect concrete proof tomorrow, no mistakes. Alex stepped forward again. Are you keeping your promise, Grandma? He asked. Because Sophia will surely win. I never speak lightly, she said. If Sophia fulfills my dream, she will be CEO. Alex nodded once. Good. Then he turned to Philip. Tomorrow, Sophia will secure the contract, he said calmly. Want to bet $1 million? The room stirred again. Philip smirked. Fine. If she doesn't get the contract, you owe me $1 million. Grandma can witness it, Alex said. Grandma Lancaster paused for a moment and said, I agree. Anyone who refuses to honor the bet is out of the family. That sealed it. Silence returned. Enough now, Grandma Lancaster snapped. Everyone stop talking and start working. Meeting adjourned. I expect good news tomorrow. The room broke into scattered conversations as people rose from their seats. Some were already shaking their heads, certain of failure. Sophia stood still for a moment, the weight of every word pressing down on her. Alex glanced at her. Come on, he said quietly. She nodded. They walked out together in silence. And the moment they stepped back into their room, the door slammed open. Sophia, you're reckless taking on this impossible mission. Grandma will be disappointed, and you risk losing your inheritance. Michelle, Sophia's mother, stormed into the room angrily. And when you fail, Julius, Sophia's father, added coldly, you'll be the family scapegoat. Sophia's face turned pale as her confidence faltered. You're both ridiculous, Alex snapped. If she wins, she'll be CEO. Why not support her instead of criticizing? You? Julius scoffed. A janitor thinks he can pull strings at Total Group. Believe what you want, Alex said calmly. You'll see tomorrow. Without hesitation, Alex took Sophia's hand. Come on, Sophia. Let's leave this toxic environment. He glanced toward the door they had just come through. We'll draft and submit the contract tomorrow. No point wasting another second here. Michelle stood there watching as Alex and Sophia walked out of the room. Then she quickly pulled Julius aside. Remember the Bolton family? The ones who pursued Sophia during her modeling days? The guy who treated us to dinner? Julius asked, recalling. Exactly. Call him now because this could be our golden chance. That night, Alex and Sophia worked tirelessly, drafting the contract. Suddenly, Sophia's phone rang. Sophia, meet us at Karen's restaurant immediately. And please hurry since it's quite urgent, her mother ordered sharply, hanging up abruptly. Sophia sighed, clearly frustrated. Upon arriving at Karen's restaurant, they found Michelle already seated with a man in the VIP room. The man stood with arrogant pride, dressed in designer clothes, a thick gold chain around his neck, flashing his expensive wristwatch. This is Joseph Bolton, Michelle introduced quickly. The Bolton family is second rank, with strong ties to Total Group. He can help secure the contract tomorrow. Sit and talk with him. Joseph Bolton arrogantly placed his foot on the table, looking down at them. I'll keep this simple. Sophia, become my second wife, and I'll hand you $100 million project with Total Group. This is an amazing opportunity, Sophia, Michelle urged eagerly. Quick, say yes. Will Alex lose Sophia and his marriage forever? Will he finally reveal his true identity to save his marriage and risk losing everything? His fortunes and the identity of his parents.
To know more, watch the Super Hit series, Started from the Bottom, only on the Pocket FM app. Install the Pocket FM app now within 1 minute to download 10 free episodes before the offer disappears.